What up? Old school to new school, you need to learn though. There's only one school and we all gotta go. Old school to new school, you need to learn though. There's only one school and we all gotta go. Today's topic is, have you ever dated a girl who has multiple baby daddies? And ladies, have you ever dated a dude who has multiple baby mamas? And I mean like a whole bunch of kids there are involved. Kids that ain't yours. Kids that ain't yours. Now, I'm gonna cover the men's side of things. You know what I mean? Certain men are a certain way. It's one thing I never could stomach is a nigga that got kids and let his mama or his sisters take care of his kids. He don't really do the shit. I don't like them type of niggas. I don't really like you. You know what I mean? I don't really fuck with your kind. Because if you had a mama that you listened to and her opinion actually mattered, you wouldn't let nobody else take care of your kids. You wouldn't feel comfortable with somebody else taking care of your kids. You know what I mean? Now, if you can't provide for your kids, that's a miscommunication between you and the mom. You and whoever you got the child with, there's a big communication between the two of you, miscommunication between the two of you. Because why did you give birth to a child knowing this nigga can't take care of it? So there had to be a miscommunication because you're not going to bring a child into this world, right? Unless the baby is just terribly premature, like 90 days premature, or this baby is like, you didn't even know you was pregnant and had a baby. Like you know what I mean? Now, under the certain circumstances, I understand. But carrying a child a whole term to push it out under all of that scrutiny and all of that pressure to not be able to maintain and give the child a decent life is totally, you know what I'm saying? It's totally not fair to the baby that you're bringing into this world. You see what I'm saying? So I've had the privilege in my lifetime, and when I say privilege, people don't like to take responsibility for shit. You know what I mean? And when you point it out to them, they make you the bad guy. So you become expendable in the relationship because you're not the baby's dad. You see what I'm saying? Since you're not the baby's dad and you're trying to, you're trying to have morals about the situation. Morals cover a lot. Just having morals will cover a whole lot when you be dealing with people. Did you know that? Just having some morals will cover a whole lot of aspects of conversation, a whole lot of scenarios and bullshit that take place. A lot of it would all be covered if some morals were implemented. A lot of times morals aren't extra. Matter of fact, morals are probably left out of the whole situation. And that's how you arrive at a certain point. But it's times like this, the holidays, when all these children and all these kids, they gonna want a gift. And they gonna want a gift from mama's boyfriend that mama's been dating, or who, one of the baby. Can you expect a gift from each baby dad that your mama got? Like I'm the only child, so I only have one father. But if my mom had multiple baby dads, should I expect a gift from one of my siblings' dads? It's sort of it's weird. Don't you think it's weird? Now, I always been one of them type of dudes where, you know what I'm saying? I always ask the mom, is it okay if I could look out for the kids? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want no problem with the dad. He might not want another nigga taking care of his kids. You know what I mean? Some dads are like real dads. Like sometimes in certain situations, the mama messed up. The mama is the mess up and the dad ain't. And so it's like, you know what? I just be giving her a pass. But when it comes to the kids, I'm 100% in their life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just so we don't be stepping on toes, you don't go get a PS5 and I go get a PS5. You know what I'm saying? So we got to communicate. You don't buy coats and I already bought coats. You know what I'm saying? So we not stepping on toes like that. You don't buy everybody shoes and I just bought them shoes. You know what I mean? It's all about communication. You know what I'm saying? But what I noticed is a lot of you women, y'all got babies by a dude who parents take care of his kids or his sister take care of his kids. Now, bottom line, that's you a whole bitch. You a bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you to your face, and we gonna do so. We can do whatever we need to do. I'll tell you straight to your face, like my nigga, like I don't even fuck with your kind. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to take it anywhere past that, don't even trip. I already know what I'm gonna do. You just gotta figure out how you gonna deal with what you gotta deal with. You know what I mean? But other than that, you know what I mean? This is a page where if you sock me, I'm not calling the police on you. So if you see me pumping gas and you come up and bust my nose, I'm not calling the police on you. You will not go to jail that day. Not by me. If you came up and you pointed a gun but didn't use it, I'm not going to put you in jail. If they stop me up the street and be like, we need to talk to you real fast, who is this man in this video? I'm going to be like, I don't know who he is. He's crazy. He thought I looked like somebody and then turned around and got in his car and drove off. I'm alive for you because that's how much I hate a bitch ass nigga. That's just how much I hate a rat punk motherfucker. I'm going to take up for you. You know, you ain't gonna go to jail behind me. You ain't gonna do no type of pen time behind me. So when I come to serve your ass, I want the same treatment I gave your ass. We gonna keep it gangster. You know what I mean? We not gonna keep it nothing else. Now, you might keep it hood over there, rich rolling where you at, or you might keep it blood, or you might keep it ruined. But whatever y'all doing over there, a man shouldn't end up with a prison term after what you keep it rude, then y'all kept the rule. He should be getting right out. It should be charges dismissed. You know what I mean? You keeping it hood? You keeping it hood? You keeping it neighbor? If you keeping it neighbor and you keeping it hood, there should be no charges pressed. He should be getting out of the county jail. Now see, that's that punk shit. And there are no punks over here. None. We don't take it up the backside. We don't deep throat. We don't do no feminine type shit. There are no punks over here. None. Now, will you be a victim? You can't win all the time, but hey, you don't have to lose like that. That's all I got to say. You can't win all the time, but it's how you lost too. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, any males, because you ain't no man at this point, you a male. If your kid don't even know you and and you be making an effort, you be trying to call this kid, then it's probably the mom. Don't even worry about it. Don't set yourself up for failure. Don't go to jail for domestic violence. Don't put your hands on that girl. Only time you put your hands on that girl is if that baby call you talking about mom been beating up on me or mom's boyfriend is over here trying to touch on me. You go over there and you kick her ass. You know what I mean? That's the ass whooping that her parents should have gave her. You know what I mean? Because if your child got a complaint about a dude, you don't wait and do an investigation. You look into that shit as soon as that baby made the complaint. Now, my supposed child mom, the baby had a complaint. This bitch called the police on me instantly. I didn't even get to do an investigation because she knew how I was going to deal with it if I got any type of resistance. She knew how I was going to deal with that shit off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Off the total rip, she knew. The baby had a complaint. Now, it might seem frivolous to y'all. The baby had a complaint. The baby at the skating ring, they all at the skating ring. My baby fall. Boom. He records it and the baby's hurting. She crying and she like, oh, I don't want to be. She's scared of him. So she tells me first chance she get, Dad, he picks on me and this and this and this and that. This is her mama's little boyfriend, which is her own little, there's no morals in her situation. And I'll say that and I'll say it. And you shouldn't report it either, because I'm not going to put all your business out there, because you can report it, but we still know the truth. You know what I mean? Sometimes you'll be amazed at what you'll come across out here in this world. You got women who be sleeping with people's brothers. You know what I'm saying? You was with the brother and then you start messing with the other damn brother. You know what I'm saying? It's a long line of that shit, you know, and just, I mean, I could, from the time I was born, You know what I'm saying? My dad dated this woman, then ended up with her sister. And that's my father. You see what I'm saying? And then ended up with the sister. That's my stepmom to this day. That's my stepmom to this day. And we ain't gonna talk about my mama. You know what I mean? My dad dated my mama, but before that was trying to talk to my auntie. Before he was trying to talk to my mama, he was trying to talk to my auntie. Now I knew why he was trying to talk to auntie, but I'm like, how you end up with the younger sister? You know what I'm saying? And that's my father. So since that's my father, I'm not gonna let my supposed baby mama get away with no trash. You're not finna get away with no trash, and ain't nobody no punks over here. You know how you ended up with that little dude you over there dating. You know you don't want to keep that off the radar, but the baby had a complaint. So I wanted to holler at this dude again. This is the second time I've been trying to holler at him. I'm calling you. You know what? You ain't gonna never have to worry about me dealing with you no more. You don't never have to worry about me dealing with you no more. If I can't correct nothing and the child complain to me, because I've never complained to my parents. You know, it was relatives that was real shitty to me for no reason. Like, it was one relative when grown-ups are around, this motherfucker real cool and nice, like he like real cool with me. Then as soon as we be left alone, he'd be like, man, pick that stuff up over there. You know what I mean? I don't know if you even your dad kid. My Uncle Gordon is my dad's people. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Gordon was a real two-faced piece of shit ass dude. I never really liked Uncle Gordon. Cause he used to literally do, like, when my dad was around and people was around, he'd be one way. Then when they leave, he turn around and be real mean and harsh to me and shit, like real fucked up. I never used to want to be around him. Like, my dad be like, your Uncle Gordon outside? I'd be like, shit, fuck him. I be saying that in the back of my head, but I know I can't say it out loud because I'm only like 7 years old. I'm like, fuck that punk. You know what I mean? Because these niggas is big. My dad and my Uncle Gordon, these niggas is big. He was in the military and shit. Big ass dude. But now that I'm big, everybody want to be a hoe about dealing with shit. Like, you know what I mean? And I ain't forgot the fucked up shit that came out your mouth. It's one thing about me. I'm sensitive like that. You said some fucked up shit to me that hurt my feelings when I was a kid. And now that I'm old enough to deal with it, them motherfuckers don't want no smoke. I'm talking about top of the line. How you gonna be in the military and be scary? You got a lot of people that are law enforcement and military and they straight. You catch them without their badge and you catch them like at a gas station like, hey man, you a cop. Oh yeah, how do you know, man? You work 7th Division. Yeah, man, yeah, because without that badge, you were given freedom to torture people and hurt people and kill them if you even wanted to. But once it's stripped from you or taken from you, you back to being the coward you've always been. You back to being the person that never had a fight in school. You back to being that one dude that was a virgin until you became law enforcement. You became attractive after you got that job, actually. You know what I mean? Once you put that uniform, you know how they say people look better in a uniform? That's how some people's lives really are. They weren't shit all the way up until, you know what I mean? I guess I'll go to the military, you know what I'm saying? Oh, now you attractive now after you've been made to work out, after you've been made to have to stick your chest up and hold your shoulders back, after you were forced to have to be a man and not be much of a coward, now you become appealing. I didn't have that problem growing up, you know what I mean? I always had heart, you know what I mean? I've always had heart and I'm gonna keep it. You know what I mean? And that's coming from one of you niggas hood around here somewhere, you know what I mean? Wherever. You know what I mean? It is what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? But if you have a child and the mom is giving you resistance about you taking care of the child, you can take her to court all you want, but here's the flip side. If she got any dirt on you, whether it be you got prior domestic issues with your other baby mama, which you shouldn't be having, or you got gang ties, your family might be dysfunctional, the environment that you live in, she is going to bring that shit to court. She's going to make sure that you don't get custody of this child that she has not been including you in raising. But as a man, I'm not gonna take no shit from nobody that's got my child. You got my child. I don't got your child. You got mine. Let's get that shit straight. You could have blamed that baby on anybody you've been fucking with. You chose to make me your baby dad. So whether you want to parent together or you want to do the shit by yourself, but I'm going to tell you just like this. If you don't let me be a father, you will do it by yourself. And you know what? I don't have to talk to you. We can go to court and let the judge decide what you're going to get. And once the judge decides what you're going to get, that's all you're going to get from me. You better not call me anytime after that asking me to bring you some money. I'm going to be like, what did the judge tell you? The judge said you got to give me $725 a month. Why are you calling me asking me for more money? Don't you bang my line no more. If you bang my line again, I am going to contact your boyfriend. I'm going to knock on his door and ask him, why is his woman asking me for money when I give her $725 a month? I give her $725 a month. Why is she asking me for more money? She took me to court. She brought me before the man. And the man ordered me to pay for this and that. I got to pay for medical and I got to give her $725. Altogether, that shit's like $1,000 and something bucks a month. When I get my check, it's a lot of money missing. And I had to learn how to live like that. And this is a true story. I had to learn how to live without each check that I get a week, like every other, I was getting paid bi-weekly. It would be like $400 something missing out of each check. So it's 4 weeks in a month, right? Shit, like I was paying like $900 something a month. I'm like, damn. So at that point, it's like, do I buy a car or do I keep paying rent so I can just buy a car and then live in the car till I can, get 2 jobs? I was looking for a job to have one under the table job. I was looking for an under the table job and have this job because this is the job they taking my child support out. Take the child support out of this job, and then I just work under the table where I can just pocket all of that and then be able to survive. That shit didn't happen. I ended up sleeping in my car. I ended up having to sleep in my car and couldn't afford it. But guess what? I didn't trip. I didn't flip out. I didn't spaz. You know what I mean? I said, okay, cool. This is a part of you being a man and you accepting responsibility. That's what I said. You know what I mean? Because I have to accept this responsibility. You see what I'm saying? But when the baby complained to me about one of your people picking on her, somebody that you messing with, he's bullying me and this and this and this and that. Why are you picking on my child? If he don't answer the right way, that's your fault. I want to tell you this. If you got a nigga and he tripped with me, bitch, that's totally your fault. You know that, right? You should have checked him a long time ago about your baby father. That's how you got a baby with a nigga that you don't love. And it's a lot of you silly ass bitches running around here out there like that, and I ain't biting my tongue about it neither. A lot of y'all got children by niggas you don't love. You don't have no love for them at all. And that's because your morals are fucked up. You got that from probably one of your drunk ass dads or your drunk stepdad or your mama who be getting high and getting drunk. Because if you had some solid ass parents, you not finna give birth to a nigga and not, I'm not finna have no bullshit with my baby daddies and whoever I'm dating. I'm not in love with this nigga no more, but at the same time, I gotta have some type of understanding because it's a respect factor. I don't love you, but I respect you. Now, once the respect is gone, you can't come around no more. Because disrespect is punishable by death, and that's just the truth. Now, it depends on what environment you live in, what environments you come from, and what environments you be in. Disrespect will get you killed on all levels. That means I have to give passes out periodically. I'm all out of passes sometimes. Sometimes like that, I gave out my 5 passes already for this year. There will be no more giving out. You know what I mean? Once you disrespect, that'll be it for the passes. There's no more. I'm expecting you to stand on business. You said a whole lot, I'm gonna hold you to it. So if you like, nigga, I'm gonna do this and do this, I'm gonna hold you to it. Even if I'm not feeling good that day. Even if my legs are all swollen and shit. You ever had your ankles and shit all swollen? I be having water retention now that I'm like 49, and my shit will just swell up. I be like, damn. And it came from me not getting enough rest, me just being, you know what I mean? Sometimes my heart just be pumping, my vitamins, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I might be under the weather so bad to where I can't even breathe. I'm still finna address you when we see each other. You said you was finna do what to me now? What was you gonna do? So you gonna do it, right? You know what I mean? No. We ain't got to tell her nothing. Me and you having a talk as men. I never said nothing about you. I wanted to talk to you about my child to see if my child has an understanding that maybe she's taking you too seriously. She don't know when you playing. Because I want to correct my child before I go try to correct somebody else's child. You didn't give me the chance. You got to popping off, and nigga, we finna make sure we get to the bottom of that. Because I'm gonna give you one scenario right now. You got a whole lot of stupid ass parents out here. Your son and child still probably be alive had you not let him walk out the door and mistreat everybody out the door, fuck over him. See, a lot of y'all be like, if it ain't family, fuck them. Fuck them. They not related to us. Nigga, it's about family. Yeah, but you still need to teach him how to treat people before somebody blow his brains out. And that's something that I'm always gonna teach my child. You need to watch how you treat people. And if it's a problem, hey, look, I'm always here for you. But it's certain things that you're going to have to stand on. Because you might have to be in that cell and do it by yourself. You know what I mean? You have to learn that. I'm not going to never leave out this door and say fuck everybody else. They not family. I don't give a fuck about them. I care about a bitch that just got a flat tire in front of me. You okay? You need some help? Make sure there ain't nobody lurking in the bushes so they don't try to rob me or something. This bitch did a 42 fake with the flat tire thing, and then, you know, she done bumped my pockets up. Because, you know, hookers love to steal. You know what I mean? Or women listen to all the wrong instructions really well. Have you ever noticed that? If you tell her to get a corporate job making, you know, $10,000 a month, she'll fuck around, blow that whole thing. But if you told her to go in here and get in this stripper club right here, and you can make $2,000-3,000 a day, but somebody gonna be jamming his fingers up your ass, or somebody gonna be digging in your crotch with his dirty nails, she'll take that stripper job real fast. But I tried to put you in the corporate spot first. I even had the hookup for you, but you just chose to do. Women love following the wrong instructions, and they'll take the wrong instructions from a nigga who totally ain't manly. He looks like a man. He has muscles like a man, and he's real attractive, and he's a man. He looks like a man. But this nigga's morals and conduct are totally the opposite of a man. Of a fucking man. And then I'm gonna give you one description of a nigga who's never been a man. How your mama and your sister take care of your kids? And then you turn around and marry another bitch with some money. So you marry a bitch with some money, she takes care of you, but your mama and your sisters are taking care of your kid. So we gotta call auntie such and such or auntie whoop-de-whoop so we can have a decent Christmas. And you consider yourself a fucking man. Then you gonna wanna come across my table like you a nigga like that. I'm gonna knock your ass out. I'm gonna fuck over you. I'm gonna fuck over you literally. I'm gonna fuck over you so bad, and I gotta calm down so I can make sure that my combinations come together. I gotta take a few deep breaths, humble myself so I can keep my guard up and don't drop my right. When I throw my jab, make sure it come right back to where it's supposed to be. You know, bob to the left, weave to the right, slip, you know what I mean? I'm finna pick you the fuck apart. And I'm picking you apart back based on the fact that niggas like you are the reason black people are never gonna be seen as equal to the white man or the Mexican man, the Indian man, the Punjabi, the Asian. Niggas like you the reason we always gonna be slaves and be punks. You got black people wanting to be other colors. I'm looking at a whole black ass nigga, half Creole, half black Creole and some other shit, and he don't even want to be that shit. He want to be a whole motherfucking culture that ain't even his. Because black people are that low on the goddamn totem pole based on what they allow, what they accept, and how they conduct themselves. And based on the fact that I'm standing on business, you motherfuckers are whine, cry, and tell and have me at the fucking courthouse in some fucking chains. I ain't never been a punk. You crazy as fuck. You niggas need to start taking care of your goddamn kids, not your fucking mama and not your sister. And you females, close your fucking legs and keep them closed till you come across a man who takes care of his kids, even if it breaks him. It's one coat in the house and it's raining outside. And it's a child right there. The child don't got a coat, but it's one coat in the house. Either you can let that baby wear the coat or your dumb ass wear the coat. If you put that coat on to go outside, you better come back with some coats. That's the only thing you can do as a man. You niggas will take the coat and be gone for days, come back, and you was out messing with some other females when you was out there. Come back, the baby still don't got a coat, you take the coat up, hang it out, and then sit there and then get into it with the mama, then want to have sex, her ass turn around, get pregnant by your stupid ass again. Ain't nobody with that punk shit. You better get the fuck on, and I mean that shit. Like I said, I play by a different set of rules. And when I say I play by a different set of rules, these are the rules. You guys just choose to change the shit so you can run around and have an identity. See, y'all want to be somebody so badly. How many people have you ever just met that don't want to be nobody? You can't name 5 people that you woke up and met in your whole entire life that just wanted to be a regular person. These motherfuckers want to rap. They want to be a G. They want to be the gunner. They want to be the best dancer. You know what I mean? This motherfucker want to be the best producer. This motherfucker want to do the best tats. This motherfucker want to design the best t-shirts and merch. These motherfuckers always want to be something, but haven't fixed all the other shit from back then till now. I don't feel no pity or sorrow for certain type of people, because I'm not supposed to. If you wake up and you teach your kids, we all stick together, we all family, fuck everybody else outside, you fucking up already. You cheating them kids out of having a decent life. You cheating them kids out of having to deal with certain people. See, there's certain people that they gonna be scared to fuck with you because you don't have no fucking morals. None. You don't have no morals whatsoever. Do you even know what morals are? You can't possibly. You crazy as shit, you don't. Because a woman with morals, you know what she would do? Even if her baby daddy was a piece of shit, you know what she would do? When she's asked about her baby father, you know what she would say? Me and him split up a long time ago when we were younger, and I had to move on. It took me a long time to move on, but he moved on really quickly because he already had girls already. She would never tell you nothing bad about her baby dad. You want to know why? It protects her. Now, you asked me about my child's mom, and I water it. The shit that I say is watered down. If I really told you what the deal is with her, you'll be like, how the hell you get caught up in that? And that's exactly why I don't spill the whole beans. That's why I don't say the whole thing, because you'll look at me totally different. You'll look at me like, how the fuck? Excuse my language, or what the damn? Like, no. So I'm not going to let her and her lifestyle make you have a terrible view of me, because I'm only allowed to make a first impression once. And before I screw that whole first impression up, hey, look, Dad, this is not my doing. I had no clue that this was going to happen. I'm just as much, I'm not the victim, but let's just say that I'm not right all the time. You know what I mean? And this is just a simple bump in the road that we can get past. You know what I mean? That's how I got to talk about it, because if I just be like, this is how she is and this is what happened, it's like, well, what the hell? Yeah, so what I do is, let's say I meet somebody and she's like, how many kids do you got? My kids are grown. And I have a child to my knowledge, but I don't have a relationship with her because me and her mom never really had much of a relationship. So I think it's kind of like I might be the dad and I might not be the dad. Now, I might say that in the conversation and I get away with it. You know what I'm saying? I get away with it because it sounds believable. Like 9 times out of 10, that might be the case in the situation. Or I might just be like, well, what's the deal with you and your child's mom? Well, my daughter's grown. and she moved on. She was a different type of child. You know what I mean? My daughter's older. She's a different breed. Like the things that me and her mom were involved in as kids, she was the total opposite. She's just like, she had a destiny that, you know what I mean, for herself. She had a vision for herself. Matter of fact, she had expectations for herself that I didn't have for her. She just makes me happy. I don't care what she is. But she end up, doing this and doing that. That's how I talk about, one of my daughters. Because I can talk about her like that. Now, my other daughter, I'm not privileged to be in her life that way based on the fact that how her mom is and how our relationship is. Now, before a woman be like, well, that's just a lot of drama. I don't know if I want to get involved with a dude with a bunch of drama. You know what I mean? So before I let it be drama, and I'm going to just be clear, before you chase the good bitch off, I'm going to make sure that, you know what I mean? You're not finna scare this good fish off. You know what I mean? You ain't finna keep talking and chase the fish off. No, me and her never had a relationship when she got pregnant. We, you know what I'm saying? When we were kids, we had sex like once or twice, and then we hooked up again when we were like 30 something years old. And then she ended up being pregnant, and we didn't know it at first. We thought she was just having high blood pressure and some more stuff, so she went to the emergency room. And when she came back, she come to my house and was like, I'm pregnant, which is true. You know what I'm saying? Me and her had been friends since the 9th grade. You know what I mean? Since she was in 8th grade and I was in 9th. So me and her had been friends that long. So we messed around when I was like 14, 15. We messed around like twice, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? All the way when we turned 30, we hooked back up. You know what I mean? Through Facebook. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what you doing? Like, look at you. I ain't seen you in like a umpteen years. And we hooked up back through Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So we messed around once or twice, and boom, she ended up being pregnant. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. I never got to live with her until after she was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really say I knew her until she got pregnant. You get what I'm saying? That is a big no-no. But that's too much information for the new fish to have. That's too much information for the new woman. That's a good woman to have. Because women have a camaraderie that men don't have. So what happened is women don't like punk niggas. Like when you a whole bitch ass nigga, like when you a whole punk, women hate punks. So a lot of baby daddies do punk shit. So if this one, like, he did this and this and that, girl, mine too, and he this and that, and he got me pregnant while this one was pregnant, then he turn around, girl, my best friend. He get drunk and trying to mess with my best friend. That's what I mean. I can't believe nothing he say to these days. I don't do none of that shit as a man. That shit you do when you in middle school and high school. Like fucking on your girl's friends and messing with girls' sisters and cousins. You do that in middle school. You don't do that in college and once you in your 30s. You know what I'm saying? Because you just an unstable ass dog. You probably I'm gonna say this. And I've never done this shit ever because, like I said, you got to have a mom and you got to have a lot of certain type of women in your family. You ever gave your baby mama chlamydia or gonorrhea? You got to be a real piece of shit ass nigga to do some shit like that. You know that. I'm going to come down hard on you. I'm not going to spare you the ride. You a real punk ass nigga. You do some nasty ass shit like that, bro. You brought chlamydia home to your baby mama. You lucky she not my sister. Cause she'll be screaming and crying you pull up at the house. I'm not no big ass nigga. I'm 5'11". You know that, right? I'm 258 pounds, 5'11". And when I get at you and you get the wiggling around, nigga, I'm gonna be like, well, I'm gonna show you it's gonna be. You ever been at the edge of a high ass mountain cliff? I'll push us both the fuck over. I'll be like, say I won't. And grab you by the shirt and jump right the fuck off of it. Did you give my sister chlamydia? You could be a real big ass nigga with guns and all of that shit. Like, nigga, I'm with what you with, Butch. Then one of we gonna be shot? Or we gonna be fighting? Butchie for real. You know what I mean? Did you give my sister chlamydia, my nigga? So my niece, You cheating on my sister, you bring home chlamydia. And then you got my mama taking care of your child because you don't have a decent job. Oh man, I'm firing your shit up off the rip. And don't come back to my mama house neither, nigga. And if you make me get active, cause it's just a light switch away. If you make me get active, nigga, I'm chasing you. Once we get to that corner, she gonna be screaming and hollering. She gonna be run tell that. You know what I mean? Because I mean what I say. This is a lesson for you, black man. This is a lesson for you, nigga. You're not supposed to win your fuckery. You gave my sister chlamydia, beat me up, have my mama taking care of your kids, and you just a nigga like that? I'm gonna fuck over you. I'm gonna fuck over your existence. I'm gonna fuck over it. Everybody your family gonna be crying and upset. And when they see me in court, I wanna look they stupid ass in their eyes. I wanna look them in their eyes. You wanna know why? Y'all let this dumb son of a bitch out the house, not caring about other people, not giving a shit about other human beings, mistreating people whenever he feel like it, and you finna get in here and paint him out to be a victim? You finna sit here, he had a bright future, a future of fucking over people. That's why he was so successful, because he was stingy and he was selfish and he didn't give a fuck about nothing but what he wanted. He didn't talk to people like they had sense. He talked to them like however the fuck he felt like talking to them. And he came across a nigga that ain't gonna play no games with you at all. And I'ma stand on that. So when we see each other, you be about that. You be about all about that. Because if you got something to lose, you looking at somebody that done lost it a long time ago. Whatever you got to lose, I lost it, nigga, when I was a teenager. I'm 49 years old, so whatever you got to lose, whatever fucking future you think you got to have, whatever dreams of having a big house and kids and a picket fence, is that your dream? I lost that back when I was a kid. Because if you want a piece of the pie, guess what? Your neighbor's gonna be white. And not too many niggas that look a certain way got a lot of white neighbors. This nigga must be really, really, really successful in the business area somewhere. Somebody is believing in his vision really, really tough. He finagled that. And I salute that. But guess what? He didn't get there by fucking over people and saying fuck everybody that ain't family. You know what I mean? And talking to other people outside like they ain't shit. You know what I mean? No. And gangbanging, definitely, if you dead serious, like, look, I'm a neighborhood nigga, I don't fuck with gangsters, you probably ain't gonna make it too far. If you serious about saying, somebody taught me that. And it was Deming. His name is Deming Bouvier Myers. He was like, how serious of a Crip are you? And I was like, shit, I'm serious. You know what I mean? I'm a teenager. I'm like, I'm serious. He said, so if we see some bloods at the gas station right now, you gonna kill them? I was like, I don't feel like doing all that. He was like, then shut up then. He said, it's vice versa. If we go up to this gas station right here and the bloods see you and they don't do nothing, then how serious are they? And it totally makes total fucking sense. It makes total sense. So I don't want to be somebody that I'm not serious. So what it is I don't want to go to those gas stations like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to a gas station where everybody can go to and I can run into niggas that I'm supposed to be shooting. I don't want to go to that gas station. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to happen if you go to that type of gas station. Now, how serious are you? Just start being honest with yourself so you can grow as a person. Deming was a very close friend of mine. But being a man, you don't bring home chlamydia or gonorrhea or nothing like that to your baby mama. I don't even like my child's mom. I would never give her chlamydia or gonorrhea. I would never give her herpes or give her AIDS. I just don't fuck with her like that. We've never been compatible to that extent. But here's the thing of being a man. You don't want the baby to know that, hey, it was a sexual thing. I never really cared for your mom like that. I will make myself, my morals won't let me conduct myself like that around that, you know, as far as dealing with her mom. It might seem as cold and frigid as it can get. And it is. I have no type of emotional connection to my child's mom. I feel literally nothing whatsoever. But based on the fact that she has my child, I care if she eat. I care if she's alive. I care if she has a roof over her head. If I had enough room to where she could come stay at my house and I'll sleep in my car, you can pull up, wash up, whatever you need to do. You are my child's mother. I'll sleep in my car outside. Either that or I'll go to my girl's house and I'll sleep outside her house or sleep in her house. But based on the fact that we have a child together, that child don't need to see us not displaying what love is, not coming from a household of love, not coming from love. You see what I'm saying? Because white kids don't get raised like that unless like the 1% whites. Even 1% whites have a moral code. But the 1% whites aren't like the yuppies and the more softer whites, the white communities. They don't raise their kids in hellacious, fucked up circumstances of low morality and shit like that. Those would be the 1% of whites. Like the sons of Hell's Angels, the sons of Mongols and Vagos. What do you expect? If you a son of a Hell's Angel or a son of a Vago, what you think you gonna come home to? 13 bikes parked in the yard, meetings, women would, dress scantily clad, a stripper on a stripping pole once every blue moon. You know what I mean? I smell some weed. You know what I mean? What else would you see? But there's another side of society that, hey, no way. I can't believe this. You know what I mean? Like, wow, there's people who've never had a fight before. I know a girl who only had one fight, maybe two. And she's like 48 years old right now. I'm like, well, shit, you can't come to the set. You can't even live in areas like this. And I remember watching her get older when a teenager. She used to be, get into it and she would be crying and stuff. She'd be like, I don't have no problems. I don't want no problems and this and this and this and that. She don't be fighting. She actually is a real sweetheart. That's because her morals are placed in a different place. Some people lack morals. Some people relationship lack morality. When your relationship lacks morality, guess what? Your baby daddy gonna give you chlamydia. And you gonna forgive his ass. You know you got to be one dumbass broad you do that, right? You got to be the silliest idiot. You know what? I can put all of this stuff in a ball, but let me explain something to you. A lot of y'all be frowning on 304s. Y'all be like, how can she? Well, I'm not finna go out and make a whole bunch of money and just give it to another man. I'm not gonna do nothing like that. That bitch is stupid. Any bitch that'll walk the street at night, put herself in danger, is stupid. Your baby daddy gave you gonorrhea and then got pregnant by him again. Your baby daddy got another girl pregnant at the same time you was pregnant and you forgave him, but you won't get out there and go get no money up and down the boulevard? Come on, you women got that shit bad. And you sit there and talk about 304s. You sit there and talk all type of weird shit. And then you gonna talk about, I want me a man. No, you want a nigga that's just as trashy as your ass is. You don't want no man to have some morals. Y'all be wanting a nigga that's balling, that got some class. A nigga that, he want a Benz and he want a Porsche. He like nice things. You want a nigga to have the status. You want a nigga to have the material things, but you don't want him to have the morality that he should have. You want the nigga with the flash. Watch you. When I'm gonna put my jewelry on, because I told you I'm gonna show you the F's on my report card as well as the A's. My jewelry game is never left. I never sold my jewelry. Never. So once I have all my pieces on, a lot of people be like, why you don't buy a Benz? Why you don't get this and this and this and that? I have no need for status symbols. I look good in the Toyota the same way I look good in the Benz. It's only one car that I've seen that really, really fits me, and I can't afford it. That was a fucking Maybach. And I was delivering items to a Mercedes-Benz dealership in San Juan Capistrano, California. There's a Mercedes-Benz dealership off the freeway. So I go, pull up in the truck, I open the back of the truck, you know what I mean? I take a pallet of stuff into the Benz dealership. And I see this car, I see I see it, and it's a Maybach. And instantly, that car suits me to a T. That car fits me. Do you hear me? Now I done been in a lot of cars. I done been in Bentleys. I done sat in Rolls Royce. I done drove Rolls Royces. You gonna laugh. I used to work at the car auction. So I had the privilege of actually driving Bentleys and Rolls Royces around the block and up and down the street. Classics and newer shit, right? Silver Spur and all kinds of other little... Now, Corvettes and whatnot, the stick shifts, you can't really just, really get into them. You can just go around the block, go, keep it in second gear and third gear. You can't really go to fourth and fifth. Can't get on the freeway with it. So, I have driven a lot of cars. The Maybach is the only car I ever seen that fits me. And I'm not gonna tint the windows on it. No tint. It has that thing where it'll tint the windows if you want it. No tint. I want you to see inside. You know what I mean? I pictured myself in it with an all-white Pro Club t-shirt on, just my earrings, and a watch. And I was like, damn. And the guy was like, tint the windows? I was like, no. Leave them open. That car fits me. That Maybach, ooh. You know what I mean? Because my game is impeccable. I'm impeccable. I'm class. I get out of that car, I'm class. Now, if I get dressed, suited, not to deceive or to elude or to make you think so you can perceive. No, I get dressed because I want to. I wear what I feel. But guess what? I don't do shit to shit on niggas. I'ma shit on all you niggas. That's not how. Some people actually love they people. Some people give a damn about their culture. Some people feel some kind of way when you fuck over they people. You know what I mean? I don't want to Maybach to shit on you. That car fucking fits me. You know what I'm talking about? My whole life would have changed for the better in that car. That car made me look 3 times greater than what I was. I'm talking about he was like, you want to test drive it? I told him I can't. I got to hurry up and get back. So my boss got to calling me. He was like, what's up, man? I see, because he can see me on the GPS. He's like, I can see you at the GPS. He said, you still there? It's like, man, I'm over here at this Maybach. I said, I didn't know Mercedes made Maybach. He said, what? I was like, I didn't know Mercedes made Maybach, man. He said, man, well, go ahead, man, take your time. Because my boss is black. You know what I mean? Shouts out to Express Logistics. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Express Logistics. You know what I mean? That brother give brother opportunities. Not only does he give brothers opportunities, but you can keep the opportunity. Now, you know what I mean? Me and him fell out based on one of his contracts. We ain't gonna get into that because that's that man's business. One of his contracts, though, he took care of it. That's one thing I can say about him. You know, I had to call him and let him know, you know, when you driving trucks and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I gotta use the bathroom. Oh, I'll be back. That's the vitamins, right? Every time I take the vitamins to do that, it looks like straight antifreeze. That's 50 minutes. What the hell? How the hell? How the hell? Well, how the hell? How the hell? Well, how the hell? How the hell? How the hell? Nigga, how the hell? And I'm back. Now these vitamins that I'm taking, man, where my bag at? Mega Man Sport from GNC. That's one of my favorite one-a-day vitamins. I literally get the job did. But I'm not relying on them. You can't rely on that. You know what I mean? Because some of us will stop taking something and then we'll start getting in a fog and whatnot. That's your brain tricking you. Anyhow, where was we at? The Maybach, right? My boss was like, yeah. Oh, yeah, well, with the contract and all. He also pays, I made $550 a week. And the way the job works is the faster you get done, the sooner you can go home. So you can either take your time and be all day, or you can hurry up and get it done and be done by like 12 in the afternoon or like 11 o'clock in the afternoon. It depends. Because I used to deliver, what is it when your kidneys fail? When your kidneys fail, you have to go to dialysis. I used to deliver by the pallet and by the bulk dialysis medicine. On one day, I delivered dialysis medicine. The next, shoe warehouse, I deliver to shoe warehouse. Then I do car parts on other days. You know what I mean? And then there was this paper contract where I pick up big old bulks of paper, like typing paper or office paper. That shit's so heavy, man. Like, woo, we don't want to talk about it. Then Baxter. I don't know if you guys familiar with a company called Baxter, but I used to have to deliver Baxter products to different companies. But anyway, right? I got a little bit off the subject with the Maybach, but I had a job, and that was only that was about before I got the UPS job. Before I got the UPS job, you know what I'm saying? So, my point is this. If you got a baby daddy and he don't want to take care of his kids, sister, and you still, he don't want to take care of his kids. When I say he don't want to take care of his kids whatsoever, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he let his mama and his sister take care of his kids. That nigga's a whole bitch. You don't have a boyfriend. You're a lesbian. A lot of you women be gay. When I say a lot of you women be gay, it's because your male that you have, he's just a male with male parts. Mentally and physically and emotionally, he's not a man. Because my mama can't take care of my kids for me. My sister and them can't take care of my kids for me. That is my kid. And you want to know one of the weirdest things? And I've been analyzing this shit since I was a baby. I've analyzed it since I was a baby. How you gonna have children that look just like you and you don't want to take care of them because the mama ain't shit? That's all the more reason for you to get your shit together and get custody. Or put your foot down. You not finna have 3 or 4 kids that look just like me and be having a nigga that's smoking meth around my kids. Or you and him always arguing. Man, I'ma show up and go right to jail. Now my mama and sister can step in till I parole. Now that my mama and sister can step in till I parole. You know what I mean? I had to give them a demonstration. You know what I mean? I had to take some years out of my life because this demonstration had to be. But once the dust settled, it would never be the same. It was only progression and better, and the situation changed. Because I had to take care of that business. Now, had I left that cancer there, it would have spread and killed everything. And in time, I wouldn't have been allowed to be a father at all, period. You see what I'm saying? Because love is blind. Sometimes another man has too much power over your baby mama. Now, once another man has too much power over your baby mama, y'all relationship been over with. You know that, right? Don't be that dumbass nigga that still thinks she love you too. You don't let your mama and your sister and them take care of your kids. You see what I'm saying? If I was to rob a bank, it wouldn't be just for me. It would be for me and her. I wouldn't want to rob a bank. But if I had no other choice, it would be for me and her. And whatever moves that I make, it would be for me and her. So when I get a place, she got to have her own room. Either that or I give her my room. So when females come over to my house, they be like, you don't sleep in your bedroom? Nah, this is my living room. That's my daughter's room. Well, when does your daughter come over? I rarely get to see her, but whenever she do come, she's got a room. Oh, I'm already got her together. She ain't got to worry about it. You put your daughter first. You see what I'm saying? You don't never let your mama and your sisters take care of your child. And you don't never tell your kids to ask your auntie and ask your mama. If you that fucked up as a man to where I don't want to give you this information because it might be seen as wrong. I ain't never dated a woman that wasn't going to take care of my child better than her mama was going to take care of her. And that's just fucking facts. I can name a list of girlfriends that I had since I was a teenager. If a girl claimed me to be her father or her baby daddy and I wasn't with her, like, but we got pregnant, you got me pregnant, boy. I'm like, well, did you want to be pregnant? I did. It's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? If it's not a problem, so we gonna be parents? Yeah, we gonna be parents. Yo, young ass. I got a crazy ass baby daddy. Cause your ass is crazy. I got you. Right? Now, whoever my girlfriend is at the time, and she gonna be a little upset about this new deal I got. So such and such is pregnant. Well, you need to let her know that I'm going to be in that child's life. That's your child, and I'm gonna be in that baby's life. That baby gonna have everything it needs and more. And that's what my other girlfriend's saying. I don't run around and not have nobody on my team that ain't gonna do, you know what I'm saying? I've never attracted them type of women to me. But it do be a problem with the baby mama and the girl that can do. Yeah, they be up there. Somebody be like, no, my baby can't stay over there. No, tell her, it's my child too. Why she can't come over there? Butch, you playing. I will go over there and beat that bitch up. No, you won't. Butch, you playing. Butch, bye. So why you want to beat her up? You don't love me no more, but you gonna beat her up? You know what I'm saying? Now, I've been through those scenarios before, but guess what? Remember when I told you I had a mama? I understood why. I understood the assignment, so it never lasts longer than like 2-3 weeks. I understand why. That's a woman thing. You're not gonna be a better mom to my kids than me. You know what I mean? You're not finna do, because you're not mama, bitch. You know what I mean? Women think like that. So I never played in the game. I made sure that this one has to respect that one. In this one, you gonna respect her, or guess what? We just gonna go to court, I'm gonna pay my child support, and we don't have nothing to talk about after that. And I mean that shit. So we go, I get hit with child support, boom. I go to that court date, the mama don't gotta go to the court date. I pay the girl that I'm with, I leave out the court, I'm mad. I'm a young nigga though. I'm mad, I'm like, man, you know what I mean? And I'm a little active at this time. I'm like 19, 20, and I'm active. What's considered to be active. I got a lot on my mind and my plate. The girl like, how much your child support? I'm like, almost like $400. Well, I'll pay it. What she needed right now? I'm like, no, they're not gonna start charging me till next month. Well, I'll pay it. It's not, the 400 something is not a problem to this one, because this one comes from money. And I've had several girlfriends growing up who are in financially privileged positions because her parents was in privileged positions, but they got different destinies and different moral outlooks and upbringing. So this one, I'm gonna pay your child support. And what happened was the girl pulled me to the side and she was like, I don't like the attention and you all upset. She got you all upset and I got to deal with you. A woman told me like, I got to deal with you and I'm mad, but I'm not mad at her. So I'm going through a whole lot and I'm angry, but it has nothing to do with her and she didn't like that. So she was like, whatever she need, I'm buying it. But I'm gonna be around that baby. I'm gonna be in that child's life because I'm gonna be in your life. We're gonna get married one day. Now, if I told you the real age that I was when that happened, I was like 16 years old. And then the women can vouch for, they might not want to answer due to who their new husband is or whoever they with right now. But behind closed doors, she'd be like, that's true. I was gonna marry this nigga. So my child's gonna be taken care of, but not by my siblings and not by my mom because I'm refusing to be a man. You see what I'm saying? Now, have you ever dated a girl with multiple baby daddies that don't want to be a man? It's like she just picked one bad nigga after the next to have a kid with. You see what I'm saying? You just picked two, you just back to back. I'm going to tell you how that happened to, I don't defend women all the time, but I'm going to defend them now. It come from niggas lying to them and then reneging on their promises. That's how it happened to. She already been bit by the rascal once. She knows what to look for, but you lied. She thought you was going to be that nigga. You turned around and you did the total opposite and she got nailed to the cross again. Which men do that to women all the time. How many of you niggas start off lying to a woman off the top? You should only have to lie about certain shit. Because if you have to lie about petty shit, you just a chicken shit ass nigga. You should only have to lie about certain shit. Certain shit you shouldn't have to, like a bank account, like certain bank accounts. You don't want to tell her how much money you got all the way. You want, if y'all gonna be together, she gotta know, what's yours is mine, what's mine is yours, because we're together. You know what I mean? But there's gotta be some money put to the side just in case she act a fool and y'all gotta go your separate way. You don't want to totally end up, Skid Row status. You know what I mean? You gonna have me off of Fifth and Crocker, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be downtown for nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's when you just tuck some money to the side and she don't have to know that. That's a lie. You know what I mean? If you met a chick and you got her phone number, that ain't something that you totally have to discuss. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it would be healthy to do so. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that you don't discuss with a woman that, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it to you this way. If you don't want to lose her, there's certain truths that you have to stick to. You have to convince her that you very honest. You have to convince her that you the truth. And what is a man? A man is the truth. A man is you're not a child. When a parent is scolding a child, did you do that? Did you do that? No. And you catch them in the shit and they be like, I'm sorry, but I won't do it again, please. See what I'm saying? That's how you sound begging her to take you back after she catch you fucking up. That's how you sound to her after you do the shit and they just let you go on with it, but it's very not manly. Shit very not manly whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So, sitting there just lying to the bitch in the face, just sitting there lying. You know what I mean? And when I say to the bitch, I'm only trying to be comedic about the shit. I'm not really addressing women as bitches. I'm just trying to be comedic about it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? What you sitting there lying to her for? Now, if a girl asks you, have you ever had any sexually transmitted diseases? If you've had more than one, you need to lie to her about that. And I'm just being honest. This is not being funny. This is just plain real shit. If you done had chlamydia, gonorrhea, and some more shit, don't tell that girl that. Be like, you know what? In my youth, I was given this. And leave out all the other bacteria that you done got based on the fact that you ain't really practicing good hygiene and morals. You know what I mean? Do not that's something I mean that it was important for you to lie to her about that. You see what I'm saying? It was important for you to lie to her about that. That was a necessity. You don't never tell no woman no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Even I'm smart enough to know that. You know what I mean? Like, hey, but I'm me. Since I don't have to lie, you know what I mean? shit, this happened to me. Yeah, but I ain't gonna go through that shit too many times because you gotta think about the person that did it to me. You know what I'm saying? And people be like, well, that's true. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you say, oh man, if you got kids with women and you got all of the kids, what kind of women you got pregnant by? What kind of women you got babies by? You see what I'm saying? A lot of the women that I've dealt with, they weren't going to let me just take the baby and live a decent life with another woman. That was out the question. They ass was going to stand on business. They meant business about that. They was not playing. I seen women who, I've been like my child's mom, the Mexican. She's Mexican. She's Mexican and El Salvadorian. And she older than me. And she's not a fighter. She's not a, you know what I mean? But she used to have a little thing for blood niggas. You know what I'm saying? She stayed with a blood nigga. And the worst kind, too. When I say the worst kind, she kept her, shit. I'm going to say their name. Mad Foe and them from the islands. Mad Foe, Evil B. You ever seen them niggas? Women choose them off the rip. You know, women choose. You know what I mean? Now, I'll be using references that they use in the game because, you know what I'm saying? It spices up the conversation. But to those that know, they just stand there and get picked. You know what I mean? They draw a crowd. You know what I mean? Women, you know, if they walk into a club, women is choosing. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like women are really choosing. I'm talking about like sex on the first night. I don't even think you gave him your name. You know what I'm saying? And I've been around him. I've been knowing Mad Folk since I was like 13. You know what I mean? He always lived in the island. See, I knew them before they was from the islands. I knew Dale and Mad Folk. I knew Dale and Jason before they was from the islands. You know what I mean? I knew Kazi and them way before they was from the islands. So my relationship with them has nothing to do with their hood credentials or what status they have with their gang. Because I remember when you was this person. I know all the things you had to do to become this person. So we gonna leave that out. You know what I'm saying? But before the gang, them niggas had a lot of women. And after the gang, a lot of women. You know what I mean? She was dealing with them. Now, am I on the same level women-wise with them? Nah, them niggas is cut with something. Like, Jason is half Italian and black and something else. You know what I mean? Now, Dale, he's like Native American and Hawaiian and black or something like that. He like all three, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, women really choosing, you know what I'm saying? Women like varieties. People love exotic shit, you know what I'm saying? Now, bear in mind, I'm a teenager. These are some of her past, you know what I mean, relationships. But she ain't from nothing. But when it came to our daughter, she was willing to stand up. You know what I mean? Like, well, shit, gangster shit, huh? You know what I'm saying? And I used to think, you know what, she learned a lot from me. Because, you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys are familiar with the East Side, period. Like, the East Side low bottoms, all the way going down to Watts. It's not like the West Side. No disrespect. It's not the same. It's totally not the same. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. The East Side is not the same as the West Side. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, depending on the caliber of dude you are, you might want to spend most of your time on the West Side and then just go home to the East Side. Like, certain kids, the West Side kids, their parents will pick you up on the East Side and you just spend most of your day over there on the West, and then they drop you off about 7 or 8 o'clock at night for school tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because the East Side is really, really, it's different. You know what I'm saying? The South and the East Side be kind of different. You know what I mean? Just to keep it a band with you. So my child's mom, she get the front row of a whole nigga show. You know what I'm saying? My child's mom done seen me do some stunts, you know what I mean? And she done seen me pull some shit off by myself. Like, I don't need a whole bunch of niggas with me. You know what I mean? She done seen me get active. You know, and so But when it came to our daughter, she wasn't gonna let another woman raise her. But you got to look at it this way. You moving on, I'm moving on. I've always had women that were like, one woman was a district manager. She was 26, and I was, I just had my daughter, and a girl was in love with me, and she was a 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, I ain't gonna toot my own horn. She came for me. I was a petty weed dealer, and I had a regular warehouse job. But I had pounds of weed, but I break my pounds down into dubs and dimes. You know what I mean? And I would give like the fattest dimes because I was selling out my apartment. You know what I mean? Which I shouldn't have been doing. You know what I mean? And so with that being said, I disrespected my baby mom a lot based on the fact that it's a whole bunch of women in there and they would come get a sack from me. And when they come by my house and come by, I didn't really realize that I was disrespecting my baby mom to that extent. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just trying to get the money, but it would be a lot of single women and then women who had dudes. They'd be like, they didn't have no respect for my baby mom, but based on the fact that I wasn't respecting her is why. But how come I didn't know that at that time? Because I'm too busy trying to get the dub and the dime and pay the rent, you know what I mean? And go to work, you know what I mean? And so, you become handsome at some point, you know what I mean? To certain people, I'm always groomed, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. And I disrespected her a lot, but she disrespected me a whole bunch more. You know what I mean? She did it first. But when it came to our daughter, she was not going to let another woman raise that baby with me. Like, I'm coming to pick the baby up. No, you're not. You know what I mean? She'll put me in jail for nothing. Like, if you go out that door, I'll call the police, Butch, I will. I'm like, what you going to tell them? Butch, don't do it. I get down the street, the police get me. I left out the house, police snatched my ass all the way up. You just left such and such. I'm in the county jail mad as fuck. I'm in the county jail. I'm so mad that I don't tell nobody I'm in there. I run into one of my G homies named Heavy C. Big Heavy C. Now this is a massive man. This man is humongous. Heavy C. This nigga is huge, right? But he's a handsome nigga. Big old Heavy C. He's like, I think he's Mexican and black. Heavy, like, he's handsome, but that him being cut don't make him handsome, but he the homie handsome and he charismatic. But he's about this big. Like, he like 6 foot something, a couple of 100 pounds. This man got to be over 400 pounds. This man huge. And he got the set on his stomach. So I'm in the county jail. That's where I meet Heavy for the first time. I seen him on an album cover at my cousin's house because it's G Jake, Big Pookie, and Heavy C and them on an album cover. And that's where I remember seeing them. But they always told me, you got a homie that work in the liquor store. He be having a 4.5 on his hip. He work in the liquor store. I'm like, his name Heavy C? They're like, yeah, but I never laid eyes on him in the flesh. So anyway, I think my baby mama have seen him before though, before me. Like, women do sneaky shit like that. You know what I mean? And you got to watch that to y'all niggas out there. You'll be thinking you a nigga from your set, and the girl done met some of your homies, and they be like, no, he ain't no nigga like that, and she be dipping off with them, and then when she come back home to you, she be like, whatever, nigga. You know what I mean? That shit don't work with me. That shit don't work with me because I put you on blast. Nigga, when the homies got bust on, nigga, you were not willing to slide. You put all your other priorities before sliding, and you can't say that about me, so keep my name out your mouth. Yep, and I squabble. So that type of shit that they be doing, women do that. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm in the county jail. I ain't told nobody because I'm in there. Honestly, I'm in there because I left. And she told me not to. You know what I mean? And that shit, it worked. You know what I'm saying? It literally worked. So I'm in the county jail. I'm sitting in there. She sent a whole bunch of letters to the county jail. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, man, I don't even want to read this shit. So I read the shit, right? I get big ass letters. Pink writing, purple, green. She done put all kinds of time into writing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so it's got a new phone number on there. I call it with my stupid ass. You know what I mean? When you young, you dumb. So I call it, hello, you know what I mean? This is a collect call from a person inside of a such and so forth. You know what I mean? So I invented this and nobody will tell you. You get a little part to say your name. This is a collect call from an inmate at such and such, and you got so many seconds to say your name, right? I'll be like, how's the baby? The baby okay? And that's supposed to be where your name go on that recording. And so it'll play it back to her. This is a call from, is the baby okay? She all right? And she say, she's fine, she okay. Call me tomorrow later on. Cool. She didn't accept the call. The message got passed. Do you know they came and told me I was the first nigga to do that? In the county jail? You the first man that invented this shit. I leave a message. I never, you know what I'm saying? You have a collect call from, hey, bring the baby to come see me tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Such and such. Okay. You know what I mean? She can't say, okay, she's like, all right, or whatever the case may be, and then hang up. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you, you know what I mean, a hypothetical. You know what I mean? The baby cool. Hi, daddy. You know what I mean? All right, cool. You know what I mean? We don't, that way she don't have to pay for the phone because I'm not out. She can't really pay for the phone. So anyway, I'm in the county jail for no reason whatsoever. I didn't do nothing to her this time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't do nothing to her this time. It was time I didn't do nothing to her at all, like this time. So, man, they make me a trustee after about 2 months. So I'm passing out clothes, and we in Supermax, and this big-ass nigga come to the door. And I'm like, wow. And he got 5 tray on his stomach. I'm like, what's up? Where you from? He's like, Mablon. I'm like, what they call you? He said, have you seen the one and only? I showed him my back arms. He was like, he said, hey, boy, I gotta talk to you. I'm like, damn, you big. Right? I said, damn, you huge. He was like, yeah, what you thought? So I give him all new clothes. This nigga wear a 7X. So I give this nigga 7X laundry, boom. Now the Southsiders next door, remember I told you he partly Mexican, so him and the Southsiders, you know what I mean, they had a riot. And that's why he was in the hole. But it's nothing personal, you know what I'm saying? So the Southsiders like, hey, so I hooked them up with some clothes too. I gave them all new shit. You know, they want 3X, 4X. But they really are like a 38 in the waist or a 36. So I give them all big shit. The cop get on me. But I'm like, man, I'll take care of y'all. So I was taking care of their ass. So I get another job. I get the food job. They starving Heavy. They got Heavy on, the police put Heavy on a diet. Because Heavy active and he'll rush the police. But he had a good rapport with the police. Like, you know what I mean? It was weird, his weird relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I go to feed him. And the cop was like, he's on a diet. I'm like, well, what is y'all feeding my homie? Like, what y'all doing to my homie, man? It's something that looked like a hog head cheese. And then the worst thing is the jute ball. The jute ball looked like some cabbage and some other stuff in a ball. A hog head cheese is the block. You get a block. That's what you get. It looked like a hog head cheese. You know what I mean? And I don't eat that type of stuff. That's the type of stuff at the grocery store. I just look at it and pick it up and walk past it. Like, that would not be on my menu. That's what they was feeding the homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you starving him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I gave him and the Southsiders some trays. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was doing. But when I finally get out, you know, you fresh out, your baby mama want to deal with you. You know what I mean? You know, I'm healthy. You know what I mean? I've been drinking a lot of water. You know what I mean? I've been exercising, and then, you know, I become more chiseled, more featured. You know what I mean? My shoulders is popping. You know, you want to make love. You know what I mean? You put me in jail. You know what I mean? And I just kind of like swept it under the rug when I should have just been done with that shit off the rip. But my point is, when it come to children, she wasn't playing about another woman raising that baby or being in her life like that. This is where I have to accept responsibility. That woman that I got a child with might not have been a healthy choice because she's not respecting my calls. She's not respecting me putting my foot down, and it becomes a law issue or the law gets involved. That's me. I've made a mistake. She's not a bad woman. She's just not my type of woman. And people continue on in these relationships, and it don't be the person for them. You see what I'm saying? So I assume total responsibility. Not because I had counseling to do so. It's just that you have to take accountability As a man, you're not a child. You're not a little boy. You're not just a male. You have to be a man. And as a man, what will you accept and what won't you accept? It's all about what you accept and what you won't accept. But as a man, what you gonna make her accept and what you gonna force her to accept. Remember, you have a daughter. You get it? So any woman that sits there and be like, she got 2 or 3 baby daddies and she got to go to the grandmama or go to the sisters to get stuff for the kids, you a real ain't shit nigga. I don't give no fucks about no man that hold on. And if you got another woman and you got kids with other women and the woman you with ain't trying to take you shopping for the kids or say I'm ordering shit for the kids, you a whole hook, nigga. You a weirdo. And that's not in me. That shit ain't in me. So when girls be like, my baby daddy got a problem with you, your baby daddy a whole bitch and I'm gonna beat his ass. I'm gonna beat his ass. Let me tell you why. Your baby daddy, he let his mama and his sisters take care of his kids. And then when you ask him for stuff, he give you an argument and hang up and then lay up next to another bitch while his kids is in need. So I know when he square up and he try to fire, I'm gonna fuck over him. I'm gonna fuck over you because you not much of a thinker. You not much of a thinker. If you were a thinker, you would have took a really good look at my ass. You would have took a real good look at me. And you would have said to yourself, I'm gonna pick my shots. I'm not just gonna headhunt. Because this is a fight. You're in a fight. You're in a fight to protect your manhood. You're in a fight to protect your property. You're in a fight to protect your woman. A woman will lose respect for you if a woman would rather see you get your ass whooped protecting her than running and being chased and getting your ass whooped and being a coward. A woman would rather see you stand up for her and get whooped. She'll respect you a whole lot more. To see me take on giants. You don't call my girl no bitch. You don't put your hands on my girl. You don't cuss my girl out. You know what I mean? And that's, as a man, I learned that. When I was a kid, I used to have my girl would have a boyfriend. I mean, not my girl, my baby mama would have a boyfriend. And me and her would be going at it. And I would be talking to her really bad. And Lil Stiller was sitting in the car next to me. Lil still got the big ass pieces on. His pieces is like, he got like $65,000 in jewelry on. Like literally, he got a lot of jewelry. He just really pieced up. And so I'm sitting next to him and I'm talking on the phone and I'm talking to my baby mom like, wish your ass would. I'm like, what? Who you talking to? So I'm just telling her like, who you talking to? Watch your mouth. And it's like, you know what I mean? Me and her, she got a boyfriend. Her boyfriend is there. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what? And I'm talking to her and this and that. When I hung up, Stiller like, man. He was like, man. He said, you ain't realized she got a boyfriend and you don't got no respect for that nigga. You just called his girl a bitch, Butch. You just called another man's girl a bitch. If that was your girl, what would you do? And then he tapped my chest. He was like, if that was your girl, what would you do? Like, ain't nobody finna call my girl no bitch. He's like, man, you been punking this nigga, Butch. You talk to her like she can't do shit. She called me one time, but she like, but I'm scared and this and this and that. He be tripping. Can you talk to him? Yeah, I know you be tripping, but you don't but you don't want it with me. I was like, what you talking about? Butch, get out the car. Butch, what's happening, cuz? He's like, cuz you think you can whoop me? I'm like, what you talking about? Nigga, you just called that man girl a bitch. Just sitting there, I know she your baby mama, but that's another nigga, that's another nigga girl. Now if that nigga wanna come get at you with a gun or some shit, Butch, what I'm gonna do? You my fucking cousin. Nigga, you my cousin, I love you out here. I ain't finna have none of these niggas do nothing to you, nigga. Nigga, boy, you don't know? Boy, you got the right one. Butch, you wrong. You just called that man girl a bitch. Man, I got back on the phone. I said, I'm gonna pull up. I pulled up, man, I had a long talk with her. And I apologized. I said, I'm sorry for calling you out of your name. We are not together no more and I'll be disrespecting you. She said, what's got into you? I said, man, me and Stiller had a talk. She said, Kiki ain't gonna play with you. I was like, that's not it. She was like, I don't know why you do that. And I was like, man, I don't know your boyfriend or whatnot. I don't want to know him. But I didn't mean to disrespect you. I won't be doing it no more. She was like, yeah, because he don't want no problem. And he got brothers, Butch. He got big brothers, and his brothers like, because he know how you are. I'm like, how he know how I am unless you told him what you tell him. But you already know how that's going to go. And I apologize. I ain't gonna never call my ex or my baby mama a bitch when she got a boyfriend. You got a boyfriend. You don't call another man, woman, no bitch. You don't talk shit to, you know what I mean? Now, I had a situation where my girl's baby's daddy was tripping. He was just pushing the line, like a hella line, because he a big nigga. He was just he a real street nigga and pushing the line. And I'm like, at some point, he's got to understand that you my girl, right? He does know. He knows that and this and that, but he don't care. So he got to spazzing on my girl, man. I said as calmly as possible as I could because I didn't want to be the old person that I was, right? I said, man, why do you disrespect my girl so much? You just really don't have no respect for my girl, man. You always disrespect my girl. Why? He's like, nigga, you don't tell me nothing about my baby mama, nigga. He tried to get off, and I was finna take that nigga whole face off. And I had to burn her. You know what I mean? I commit a crime right in your face. You know what I mean? And I had the tool. You know what I mean? For official, nigga. You lucky, you know what I mean? I give you a squabble. I don't have to. You know what I mean? I'm being nice. I'll give you a squabble. But really, nigga, I can leave you a bleed to death right here, nigga, with what I'm toting. You know what I mean? I ain't finna tote nothing under a 40 caliber now that I'm a grown-ass man. You know what I mean? I'm a grown-ass man, nigga. You are going to bleed out fucking with me. These walls will get a brand new paint job, punk. I don't know what you think. You know what I mean? I'm not finna play with you. You thought I was playing with you? You know what I mean? You crazy. Nigga, I was finna pin him to the earth. Nigga, you will be a memory. The good times we had when he was around. You will be a cardboard cutout and some balloons being released, nigga, and some candles on the sidewalk. I could care less. You know what I mean? Because I'm standing on my principles. You don't call my girl no bitch. Matter of fact, she done talking to you, my nigga. She don't have nothing to say to you based on the fact that I'm a man. And she wants to be in a relationship with me. So until you can learn how to talk to people, don't call this number no more. Fuck you, nigga, and whoop-de-whoop, nigga, I'll be over there now. And watch me shut shit down. Watch me show you the truth. Watch me show your ass the truth. Buster Scruggs, I'm gonna show you the whole thing. I'll make you famous, nigga. You'll be in the newspaper and I'll be on the news. Or we'll be on the internet. Which one you want? I'll make you famous. Billy the Kid, nigga. You know what I mean? A pistol air, nigga. I practice. And you need to practice. You know how kids want to be a good basketball player? He ain't gonna be good if he don't practice. I talk shit and I back it up. And women like that about me. Who, that one? You better leave that one alone. That's my nigga right there. I like it when women talk about me like that. Because they can't talk about your ass like that. That's the difference. Now, you can go get your low rider and get your money and have a bag, you know what I mean, and be about a bag. When a man has a lot of shortcomings of being a man, he always try to compensate his manhood with money. He compensates his manhood with money. Yeah, let me just distract y'all with these material things so you don't see how much of a real bitch I really, really am. You know what I'm saying? And the reason we're talking about this, because as a man, you don't let your baby mama go to your mama and your sister to buy them kids nothing. If you can't get it, you need to pawn some shit. You need to find something. You need to do an odd job real fast and ask their mama what do they need. And you know what I would do? And this is just between you and the mama. Let me borrow $500 from you. I don't got $500. You at least got $200, $300. because I don't got shit right now and I'm sleeping in the homie's car. Yeah, I can come pick it up. What you trying to do? I'm trying to buy the baby some gifts for Christmas, and I need to borrow some money from you. You gonna borrow some money for me to get the baby something for Christmas? Yeah. How about I just buy it and then just put your name on it, and then I owe you for it? Okay, cool. Well, let me pick out what I want. She want a PlayStation. Yeah, get the PlayStation and put my name on it. I'm gonna pay you in increments. 3 easy payments, and we square it with the house. All right, man, I still got a lot of love for you, you know what I mean? And I respect you, and if you need me, call me. If you need me for anything, call me. You know what I mean? If you need me, call me. Because, you know what I mean, I need you around to help me with this baby, you know what I mean? Some days I feel like I'm going to leave before you, but I would rather it be that way, you know what I mean? Can we, you know what I mean? I talk to minds like that. I shoot from the hip like that, you know what I mean? So a lot of y'all got baby daddies just these niggas is weird. And they some punks. And you still be in love with the nigga. Like a dizzy ass bitch. I mean, you literally an air fucking head. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And I don't play into those games with females. I don't fuck with them type of females. Not up until the point of where that reality starts. Oh, bitch, you out the door. You OJ, you know what I mean? Old motherfucking Jizzle, you know what I mean? For real, like, she better be in the wind, because I don't got nothing to talk to you about. We don't have nothing to discuss. What we gonna talk about? About how you got multiple bad baby daddies that ain't shit? How your parents and his parents got to take care of y'all kids? And y'all well off in y'all 30s and 40s? No, man, I didn't sign up for that. Nah, fuck no. You know what? I never want somebody else to take. I don't want the county taking care of my kids. When I was younger, I would rob I would rob a bank. I would do home invasions. I would sell dope for my kid. I'm gonna tell you a story where I had to do a robbery because I had a 3-day notice. And I got a 3-day notice. I was living in Rialto, California, in the Club Royales. There's apartments called the Club Royales right there on the corner of Route 66, Foothill. I had just turned 21. I did like 2 or 3 robberies. One of them gonna make you laugh, but I did a series of robberies to get some money because I had they had put a 3-day notice. They put that red sign on the door. But see, me and my child's mom, we had been really going at it. She been real disrespectful. We wasn't even really supposed to be together. You know what I mean? Because based on the fact I wasn't being manly enough and I wasn't being a man or trying to assert principles in manhood and knowing when to say, hey, as a man, I shouldn't accept this. I shouldn't accept this type of abuse. You know what I mean? Her flirting in my face, rubbernecking, you know what I mean? Me arguing with her about her wanting to fuck with somebody else is a stupid ass conversation to have. How you gonna argue with somebody else about them wanting to fuck with somebody else? That's how much of unmanly young man I was at the time. You know what I mean? Me and her arguing about her flirting with somebody else, but we still want to keep messing around with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because she ended up getting pregnant after that whole scenario. So anyway, the next time I go back on, I'm going to tell y'all the story of how I had to, you know what I mean? I had to pull a couple of stunts in 21, you know what I mean? Because when I was 15, that's what I wanted to do, like rob banks, be a bank robber when I was 15. I was around certain people who were, they were having large amounts of money and they weren't even 24 yet. They were like 22 and 23 and they had already touched like $1 million and some more. Like one day, I can't tell you his name. I could, you know what? If I hope he don't get mad about me telling the story because it's already a closed case. There's no open cases. You know what I mean? They did a robbery, man. He got $500,000 to himself. The other person that got so much money after the $500,000. I know you guys probably thinking that's a lot of money, But to a person that ain't even 24 yet, ain't 23, they don't have the right guidance and they don't come from the right environment. Their whole object is a different object. They live a different lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So after the 500,000, he ended up getting another 80,000 about a month later. So 500,000 plus 80,000. Here's where it get tricky with me, because they rather give me money than take me with them to go get money. And it used to bother me, and I used to be so mad, and I used to be in my feelings, and I felt disrespected about it, but I was only like 15 and 16 years old. Because I felt like they felt like I was a buster, like, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't it. But my whole lifestyle was different, you know what I mean? Like, my hair was always cut. Like, every 3 days, I'm at the barber shop. That's where I developed a lot of relationships with barbers, because I was always in a chair like every 2 to 3 days. And then I would always, like, you know what I mean, run to the swap meet and go get a shirt and some shoes at the drop of a hat. And then I would go, you know, get a chain just, you know, on the way out. So I had, you know what I mean, and some boogers in my ears, you know what I mean? Either you can get Zarkons or you can get the real ones. It's best to get little real ones than get big old Zarkons. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my jewelry was never too tacky because it was small, but it was real. But it was a decent size. If too big on me looks tacky. You know what I'm saying? Especially if your priorities is all shot. But when you live a certain lifestyle, I don't think those type of priorities really matter. You know what I'm saying? So I was running around like that. And so I was trying to put a little crew together so we could rob banks. You know what I mean? But one of my goals was to get my mom a house. You know what I mean? And I wasn't going to tell nobody about the money that I had. Only people that know about the money that we had is the people that would be robbing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell y'all a couple of those stories, which are factual stories. The people really exist. And I'm going to tell y'all the next time I get on about the 3-day notice in the robbery stunt. Because I end up, you know what I mean, getting shot with Mac 11. Where is it at? Is it over here or is it over there? It's over here somewhere. Right here. And Mac 11 and it, blow. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know what I mean? Thanks for watching, man. I got like 20 views, I get like 28 views, 15 views, 13 views. So my viewers be tuning in and they be hitting the like button, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Let's grow so I can go live and y'all can talk back. It'd be better once I go live and you can talk back. See, you want to talk back and ask me stuff and I can answer you. Now, am I going to be right all the time? Hell no. And what you might say might be a definite blessing and some medication for whatever sickness I might be dealing with. You know what I mean? Because a lot of this is a sickness. And if you had the right medication, man, there's nothing wrong with us applying the solutions to medicate the problem.